What's the worst thing you unknowingly did as a child? 1. When I was about 8, I asked my dad if we could play the naked man game. My dad, trying not to panic, asked me what it was. I responded, "It's the one we play when the babysitter is over." He then asked me to show him where the naked man game was. So, I took him to the closet, opened the door, and pointed up to operation. He told me years later that he nearly had a heart attack. 2. As a young little shithead, my favorite prank was to lock bathroom stall doors and then crawl underneath them and exit the scene. One time, my parents dragged me to Costco with them. I went to the biggest stall in the back of the bathroom, locked that shit, and scampered away with a grin. I ended up going back to the same Costco the next day because my parents had to return something. I went to the same stall, and it was still locked. This time, I actually had to take a shit. I crawled under the door, only to come face to face with an old guy looking at me like I was from another planet. I recoiled so hard that I smacked my head on the bottom of the door and ran from that bathroom like I'd never run in my life. I crack myself up whenever I try to imagine what the guy was thinking when a 9-year-old tried to hijack his toilet. 3. I used to spend several weeks out of every summer staying with my aunt and uncle. I got to play with my cousin, and presumably, my single father got to take a break. One year, on the day I was due to come home, I called and asked permission to stay another week, and he agreed. After I went home, a family friend told me they had been at my house the week before for my surprise welcome home party. Dad bought a cake, decorated, and barbecued. This was a man who did not entertain or demonstrate affection. True to character, he never told me about the party he attempted. 4. Not me, but my sister. She used the garden hose to put gas in mommy's car. 5. I don't know if it's the worst, but I ruined my parents' romantic anniversary. I was around 7, and I woke up in the middle of the night because my stomach didn't feel well. So I went upstairs to tell my parents. When I opened their door, I remember there were candles, music playing, and when my mom saw me, she immediately pulled a blanket around herself. She asked me what I was doing up, and before I could even finish my sentence, I projectile vomited all over everything. 6. Look, Mom, chocolate people in Walmart.